Pablo Escobar, the Robin Hood of the city of Medellin, Colombia, is probably the greatest crime kingpin of the 90s and the most influential cartel boss ever, whose influence still exists today despite meeting his demise 25 years ago. But how rich was he exactly? Escobar was a powerful man who had an impossible number of properties. We do not exaggerate when we say that he owned an enormous fleet of helicopters, planes, yachts, and many houses all over the country. When the Colombian authorities eventually ran through his properties, they discovered that he had over 140 houses. They also confiscated 142 airplanes, 20 helicopters, and 32 yachts, which were not just there for cruises, but for running his massive drug business. Pablo Escobar grew up and lived in Colombia most of his life. As his wealth and power grew, he invested a lot of money into real estate. And it's no mean feat trying to imagine the regal state of those properties from 25 years ago. Let's see just how majestic some of his houses were, what was in them, and what they look like nowadays. Hacienda Nápoles. The Hacienda Nápoles was Escobar's most popular residence, located 93 miles to the east of Medellin, in Puerto Triunfo, Colombia. The home is grand, with various attractions such as a zoo, a kart racing track, an airport, and a Spanish colonial house. Since the Colombian authorities confiscated the home is not what it used to be while Escobar had it. It's now more or less an estate turned into a theme park. A most remarkable feature of this old home is the unflinching love of Pablo Escobar for hippos, to which he had an amazing affinity. It was said that while he was still alive, he had 4 of them. Going back to the house, you'll now find about 20 of them. In addition to the hippos, the Hacienda Zoo had an ostrich, a rare species of goat, a bison, and zebras as of February 2019. Its status as a partial wildlife sanctuary seems to have been preserved. But now there's also a water park, where members of the public can enjoy spending time with friends and family. The Hacienda is now a lot less of a status symbol than when Pablo Escobar spared no expense to construct this beauty. You can almost imagine Escobar strolling through his compound beside the numerous life-size sculptures of dinosaurs. There were many other things to admire in the estate, and now there's a hotel and an African museum which used to be a bull ring, right in the middle of it. The Hacienda remains useful, but maybe not in the way Pablo Escobar intended. By the way, if you want to discover how to make a full-time income from YouTube without showing your face or without even recording any videos, check out our free YouTube training in the description. The training will be free only for a limited time, and there are only a few spots left, so don't miss out. House Medellin, La Catedral. Pablo Escobar's self-designed prison was constructed not too long after his incarceration. The man pulled all the strings he could to negotiate a prison of his own making, which, as you might guess, came from his own stash of wealth. Escobar was practically a free man, and he wasn't exactly placed under lock and key. What kind of prison system is that with no prison guard to even checkmate him, or impose any strict routine on him? No doubt one that he had his own fingers in. Colombian police could not move within a 12-mile radius of the luxury prison. Upon exploration of the property, it holds virtually everything you wouldn't find at a prison. A gym and a disco where Escobar was reported to have held wedding receptions, a billiard room, a jacuzzi, big screen TVs, a waterfall, and a customized life-size dollhouse he built for his daughter. La Catedral was more of a hotel or a resort than a prison. The location of the building was peculiar, as it was built on high ground above the Honey Valley, and from there he continued to run some of his cartel's base operations. But during that time his power was waning. He was at war with the Cali cartel, and being hunted by a group of vigilantes called Los Pepes, who had quite the grudge against him for some perceived wrongdoing he'd done to them while he was still very much in power. He lost over 300 associates and family while he hid away with his family. House Guatap. La Manuela, the party mansion. La Manuela represents a large portion of Escobar's taste for glamour and the celebrity lifestyle. It was literally the party mansion, as it was used for a sole purpose: partying. That isn't to say that it didn't serve as a residence though. It also doubled as his vacation mansion, and it has quite the history. La Manuela lies in ruins nowadays and doesn't look anything like the building that took 5 years to construct, and where the Escobar family were fond of going to relax. After he fell, the intense rivalry with another cartel saw his enemies plant explosives inside the home and wreck a huge chunk of it. What you see now is but a forgotten husk of what the mansion used to be. The violent cocaine king's place of relaxation and fun is now a desolate ruin. La Manuela, named after his daughter, covers 8 hectares of land with a pool, a helipad and soccer field, and a tennis court. It had a seaplane dock, a stable for horses, and a customized driveway for motorcycles. The ornamental design was impeccable, with several imported foreign trees. According to reports, whenever Escobar was around with his family on vacation, he often had a security force numbering 120, armed to the teeth, at La Manuela. Many have stated that Escobar loved this mansion second best after the Hacienda Nápoles. He often kept a huge hoard of cash and cocaine stashed away within its double-layered walls for practicality. It was the property he guarded closely to his heart while actively running his drug ring, and it remains clear why that was the case. Pablo Escobar's Miami hideout. After his demise, many properties belonging to Pablo Escobar were revealed, and this one in Miami is one of them. People knew that he did business in some parts of the United States, but you couldn't guess if he had any property in any state. The beautiful home with killer views sprawled along 150 feet of waterfront, and from there, you could watch the amazing sunset and get a good view of the beauty of all the downtown lights at night. As beautiful as this home was, it couldn't replace the gory nature and scandalous past that surrounded Pablo Escobar. The home in the North Bay area lacks any form of danger now after the entire property was demolished in 2016, and 2 of his secret safes kept on the property were later excavated. Despite the disaster, it's still a hot piece of real estate, and it's been listed for sale at $15.9 million. It was well worth the price, with a modern mansion now standing where Pablo Escobar's house used to stand tall. The new mansion is expected to sell for over $30 million. House Tulum, Mexico. House Tulum is one of Escobar's remaining properties that's been put to some sort of valuable use. In 2012, a renowned art collector and gallery owner named Leo Malca purchased the luxurious Tulum. The home is now no more than an art gallery and boutique hotel, where he displays some of his art pieces, aside some by Marion Peck and Keith Haring. Caribbean House. Pablo Escobar also had one huge property in the beautiful Caribbean area of Isla Grande. He appears to have been someone who always ensured that things appeared as he projected. Escobar clearly envisioned a massive oasis of entertainment and overwhelming luxury for this one, with money no object. It's not exactly known the home's worth, but compared to similar modern real estate, it could very well have been worth around $10 million. The property hasn't endured well due to a lack of maintenance and is in a state of dilapidation. The home is half demolished and surrounded by vegetation, with wild animals reportedly living in it. But before all these, it was said to contain several apartments which were for hosting his visiting cartel members. Like a home away from all the heat their activities generated. There's a helicopter pad and a huge swimming pool. Are you aware of another secret property owned by Pablo Escobar that didn't make this list? Where is it located? And how much do you think it's worth? Feel free to let us know in the comment section. Also, please like and subscribe to stay updated on all of our new videos. Thanks for watching.